Hey guys, JayKrawls. So this Evaline Acehart Airstrike. This Airstrike is a little challenging because it's planes, but it doesn't seem to. If you have the right units, it doesn't seem to be as difficult this time as maybe the last boss strike, where you just seem to lose more units. So I'm averaging. Sometimes I'm losing 1 unit, maybe 2 units. Can you get a flawless boss strike? Yeah, you can get 5 waves without losing any units if you set your units up right. And then if they single target something, you may lose 1 or 2 units, depending on how lucky you get with some of your shots. I still like the setup with the ETs on the front row. Very good unit. The only problem with the ET is it doesn't have blocking, so you have to be careful what you put behind it. There's been times where I've actually lost my legendary mammoths, so you might want to put something behind it that's a lot easier to heal, and use something that has complete blocking to put your mammoths behind, because it's no fun losing those guys. And another thing, you want to take out those planes as quick as you can each round, because when those planes don't care about those defensive structures, they'll just go after those mammoths and things and kill them rather quickly. One word is the Trebuchet. They've done an update on the Trebuchet, and it now can hit planes with its rock toss shots. I'll show you real quick. I don't want to use it in the boss strike because there's a lot of so the chemical tanks here. There's a lot of things in here that kill the Trebuchet so fast that it's barely even gets any use out of it. Survived 2 rounds last time on my test run. But you can see this shot right here does have the capabilities to hit planes. The Raptor shot and the chemical shots do not, but the rock shots are allowed to. Now they do. It's not going to one-shot kill them, so I necessarily wouldn't use it in boss strike. There's some other things that you can put in there that will be more effective against those pesky air units. One thing being the aerial jetpacks, if you have them. They're very nice because they do a lot of damage to everything in the area. I really like that about them. Is I can attack this guy in the center here and just chew up all the armor and everything on these guys all around it, which comes in very good handy. This guy, the SUV that came out, I know I didn't do a video on that. I may make that up and just go ahead and do one, even though it's kind of too late to buy one. Overall, pretty strong defensive unit. It can be used on the front row because it's got some pretty decent defenses, although I still rather put it in the back. You'll notice that there's 2 shots here that can hit planes, so that's kind of nice. This shot specifically, right here with piercing, is great against boss strikes like this, where they just put the planes all in a row, and you can just kind of chew them up. Want to give props to Z2 for coming up with this very good update where you can lay out units on the playfield a lot easier, and you got all these options to select troops, putting them in categories. They were in categories before, but it was very awkward to get to and wasn't used very often. So good job on that, guys. Okay, so let's just go through this little boss strike here. And normally I would just use my frag to kind of knock out these guys on the front row, but I want to show you this shot right here, because this is a pretty decent shot. So I didn't quite kill him, but it did shoot through all the armor. Now, if I had 2 of them and I did a second shot with that, it would have wiped them out. But which led perfectly, because I can now take this guy and I can hit in the center here and start knocking out my planes here. Now that I've done that, weaken those 2 guys, I'm going to go ahead and use my frag. And I've cleared out those 2 units. Those 2 planes. The other thing, see the aerial jetpack? Now I've got this plane back here in the back, and I've got other units that are around it that I can use. So instead of just sitting there trying to attack that one guy, I could use my mech trooper in this shot, but it's going to be very random at where it hits. It may not hit those units around there. So I have a nice little aerial jetpack sitting here. I know I'm going to do good damage to the units all around it, so I'm going to take that shot. And look at there. Killed all three on the back row while doing damage to the others. So all in all, very nice. Okay, now I've taken out the air units. I've got my legendary mammoths. I can get behind these walls, and I can also try to do some stunning here. If you had mega tanks on the front row as defensive items, you could have used a shot right there to help get those guys. Okay, since they're behind the walls, and I'm going to use that. And I got lucky and hit the other one. My gosh, this thing's like getting a shot every turn. It's crazy. Alright, I want to put this guy out of his misery, and I'm hoping that does it. Okay. Now, notice this wave. I mean, perfect. They've just, it's almost like it's just asking for you to use an aerial jetpack to shoot this guy. So I got a plane in the dead center here, which I definitely want to take out, and I've got all these rotten things that are all piled in the middle there. So it's screaming to use that, or I could use this. I'll just kind of show you this shot. If it does a crits, it does very well. Now see that did crits, so it done just as what I would expect out of an aerial jetpack. If it didn't do crits, then it would have done just a little less damage. Okay, so very nicely, I've taken out that center plane there, and notice I've also done some great damage to all the other units around it. Now I can take my frag, hopefully finish off these two planes here, these two pesky guys on the end, and further damage these tanks here. Now, I think that my next move, I could actually get creative here and freeze and try to take care of some of these units this way, but I can take out this back row fairly easy with about 2 shots with this mammoth and possibly stun some things. So I'll try that. Okay, so now I've taken out those 3 units. Now I'm going to look. Okay, he's stunned for 2 rounds. He can shoot me. So I'm definitely going to stop this guy from shooting me. So I'll freeze him. Hopefully it freezes both of them. It doesn't, but I'm okay with that. I've got a frag, or I could do an aerial jetpack. If you had another mammoth, whatever you'd like to do to start smashing this guy. Now, he has 2 health. I'll use my portable wall here, the electric fence, to zap that guy. Alright, now I'm staring down 2 more planes, and I'm really worried about these guys, because if they decide to shoot, they could cause me some serious damage, and I don't want that. Now, also the vet is annoying pest to me, but he's also strong, so he'll hold up pretty well. So I'm going to try to notice how they're all in a nice little box here. Perfect for my aerial jetpack guy to do some serious damage. No crits. If I would have got a crit, it could have wiped out the whole row. It's beautiful when that happens. The aerial jetpack cannot shoot a non-unit like in the center here, but the mech unit and this guy can. So I could hit the center unit and kind of do some damage around those units. Not the best idea, but it can happen. I would have been much better just to pick a side and just hit one side and then the other, because see, you focus on this area and then you focus on this area with the next shot. So, but I want to show you that it is possible. So now he's done pretty much hit me with everything he has. So I got a decision to make. I don't have any air units. He can shoot again in 1 more round. I could stun these guys, but I'm not necessarily worried about them. So if because I have my frag, I can target all of them. If I didn't have a frag, I might want to decide to take out the plane and then use legendary mammoths. Because I have the range frag and it can hit the guy, I'm just gonna try to play smart and use whatever move I can to get rid of these guys. Alright, 4-5, and we see we got a lot of the balloons here. What I'm looking at this one is this guy right here. This area jetpack is going to be my nuisance guy. I don't want him to shoot me because he can do a large amount of damage. And then my next thing are going to be these dirigibles. I guess that's what they're called. So let's see. Do I have any aerial shots? Jetpack guys. I can nuke. Alright, mech trooper. Let's see your shot in action. Also, the legendary mammoth will do good against these guys as well. But the problem I usually find is if you use a legendary mammoth to try to hit this guy, then that means it stun locks a lot of things and ends up making your planes attack. And I don't necessarily want that. I got one more shot before that can fire, so I'm going to try to kill this guy one shot if I can. And I hit none of him. That is the one problem with the mech trooper shot. Usually pretty dependable, but can't always count on it. So now that my range is ready, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Just perfect. So now use some legendary mammoths to kind of stomp these guys a little bit and see if I can stun them up a bit and get some of their health down. And then I can decide after that what I should go after. Alright, so I've stunned these guys, froze these guys. Let's go ahead and pick this row right here. Okay, I got fortunate to freeze those. I can. This one's only got one, so I can say, you know what, I'm going to kill him first because I don't want him to shoot me. Love that claw attack on the mech troopers. Does very well. I can also pull out this shot right here, which I know is going to do pretty decent because they're both frozen. So I can take those out that way. Or I could have used a number of things. Okay, now I'm looking at this and I'm going, ouch! I hope I have a range shot, and I do. Because I got two ugly snakes here on this last wave. A lot of flaming units right here trying to destroy your mammoths and units like that. So my goal is going to be kill those snakes as fast as possible. So I'm going to use my frag first shot and hope I get some burn action on them, and I did on one. Okay, see, I still got here two. Now I'm going to take my jetpack guy and I'm going to put him in the center here and hopefully take out three of those pesky things that I don't want anymore. And I didn't kill them all. Oh well. Alright, so now I'm looking at legendary mammoths. See, they're getting burned. I mean, right now they're toasting. This whole level is aimed at killing all your legendary units. And there they go. Oh good, he didn't shoot those this time. Okay, one more shot here. See if I can get some more stun action and knock out some health. And if I had one more legendary mammoth, I would probably just finish them off with that, but I don't have that, so I have to be a little strategic here. Okay, this guy can't shoot for a long time. This guy can't shoot for a long time. This guy can, so I'm going to take him out and bring these other two closer, and then I'll give myself some time to kill those two. And I probably can with this right here. Okay, so I hope this video maybe helped you kind of decide what you should fight. That's a no-loss boss strike, good points, and ranking up some good units. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a comment and tell me how you're doing this boss strike. Are you doing well? Also subscribe to my channel. I'll be putting out some more videos with these new updates and videos. Looking forward to crushing the Spider Wasp Queen, because she also has an awesome drop. Well, I say awesome. It looks awesome. It's a blob egg thing. Spider Wasp egg looks cool. And also this Goliath tank with the opportunity to drop something too. Anyway, so I'm looking forward to some more fights. So this is an exciting update I'm very excited about. it is drawing me back into battle missions, which is exactly what Z2 needs to do because I was falling asleep. All right, guys. Talk to you later.